Hello, this is TGCRequiem. Going through just kind of like a post-deck retrospective. So this was the first time I tried to add Jace the Mind Sculptor to the deck, blue black Tezzeret. And so just kind of had some thoughts I wanted to dump out for reference. First of all, Jace itself works really well in the deck. I mean, most of the time you're just fate sealing the uptick ability. That said, you know, it certainly doesn't make use of all the abilities, but Jace is a very fine win condition, similar to Tezzeret. It solves some questions Tezzeret doesn't, but as it is, I don't think it's necessarily all that much better than Tezzeret in this deck. I think Tezzeret's probably still maybe a little bit better. So Jace does offer another win condition, which closes the game fairly quickly, while helping to make sure your opponent doesn't draw what they actually get out of your block. That's good. Not like the third Opal. Really wasn't a big fan of the third Opal, nor was I a fan of running 2 welding jars in the main. So I did this as an effort to kind of speed up the clock to get to these walkers faster. But the fact of the matter is you just don't hit turn 3, or you don't hit Opal by turn 2 regularly. So you don't hit it by turn 3 regularly, for that matter, in this build. So I would definitely be up for cutting a couple of those, moving to the side for the moment. But yeah, like the Opal in the jar, I'm not a huge fan of those. I probably would just add an extra Thopter combo piece in, a little more, a little better. And then also, I like Grafdigger's Cage. It doesn't do enough in enough matchups. And so I would rather have like a Relic Progenitus or maybe the Nihil Spellbomb. I played Nihil Spellbomb over Relic because I had the Grafdigger's Cage in the main deck. But I think if I were cutting one of these slots, I would put a Relic in the main and cut both of these. And that would allow me a slot for one more sweeper like a Damnation. But probably actually, since I'm playing a Damnation aside, I might say Batu's Last Inning in the main. And I think that's pretty much what I would do if I were to take this again. You just need more ability to buy time in the early to mid game. And again, when you know you're not trying to turn on opals as early, you're more likely to crack your baubles. Not to say that you should be cracking them aggressively or anything, but to draw into more action. Okay, even trying to play the third opal, you're trying to like hold off to get to that opal because kind of your key to drawing into these things. That said, we also are a little higher on the curve. I think we were playing Tez Seeker before, so now with 2 Jaces. It would be nice to find something else to get down to lower the curve a little bit, but I think the big thing there is I would probably just again cut the Nihil Spellbomb, cut the Grafdigger's Cage, probably bring in a Relic. And like a Bantu's Last Reckoning. Again, I like having kind of access to the 1 Bantu's, just it buys time against like the humans decks. So I think that's probably where I would go with the main deck. That said, the sideboard, I definitely want access to a second welding jar. I don't think you need the opal at all. I do question, to some extent, the Maelstrom Pulse Abrupt Decays. I really like the Maelstrom Pulse. I think you need the Tezzes in certain matchups to get aggressive. I think you could probably cut like a Fatal Push possibly, or an Abrupt Decay. Abrupt Decay does answer a lot of the same questions that Fatal Push does. However, Abrupt Decay is a little bit of a struggle mana-wise. The opals kind of help with that, but only really having access to 7 fetches and 1 breeding pool makes that a little tough. So I think we also might want to consider cutting like a Temple of Deceit, especially with this build. I feel like this build wants to come in upright on turn 3 and 4 more often, so we probably could shave that to get an extra fetch land in, possibly another breeding pool or an Overgrown Tomb. Maybe we cut a Dark Slick Shores as well. Hard to say. I really feel like the deck kind of wants to go up to 21 lands. maybe it's even possible that we only want to run one Jace in the deck. Again, just throwing some ideas out there, some thoughts. Maybe we just also don't need so many abrupt decay. Maybe we just play 2 at the push. Again, I'm not here to say what the definitive build is. Just going through the last league, I feel like trying to play the 3 opal, 2 welding jars to increase the likelihood of those turn 2 or turn 3 walkers. Not to say it doesn't work. It certainly can help, and it does increase the percentage, but it probably increases the percentage from like 10 to 15% to like 15, 20%, right? Like it still just isn't happening regularly, and it's not worth the effort. It'd be better to have the Thopter Foundry Sword of the Meek. That's it. Hopefully you enjoyed watching. We'll come back to Tez some more. I'm gonna probably play a little bit some other stuff as well, but we'll come back to Tez at some point. Do enjoy the deck. It's a lot of fun to play, and you enjoy it. Bye.